Thank you. Who's want to get me a lemonade?
Mindy, Sharon singing. Get ready.
I love you. Except there's not a ton, so I'm not gonna do like half us.
I think some of you know this song, but we changed the lyrics, so don't try to sing along.
We're Deep Dish Pizza.
Oh yeah, our stage name.
Yes.
This is our second time performing in public. Third time, almost. Okay. My name is Deepika and this is Disha. We wrote this song for our girl Olivia. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
we're gonna tell you a little about our friends. Our love for them goes to no end. We don't see what anyone sees in anyone else. But
let's start off with a girl named Sarah. She goes to camp pretty far away. Oh, we don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
Sarah likes to drink a lot of high-class tea. We're pretty surprised that she doesn't always have to pee. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
Jenny is everyone's inner child. She doesn't like spicy food, so give her a mild. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else.
What?
we're pretty sure that Jenny is deaf. We're
What?
pretty sure that Jenny is deaf. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
Don't feed Melissa gluten or she will die. And we will all probably cry. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
we'll always love Melissa till she's 80. But by then she'll probably be a crazy cat lady. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
Calvin has a lot of cats but no dogs. He always goes fishing for some frogs. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
probably catches bass, tuna, and some trout. It'd be great in the future, there's no doubt. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else.
But there's a girl that loves to sail. She'll always move her hands around without fail. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
we find that they're a partying on any given night. She drinks a lot.
That doesn't sound right.
We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
Elizabeth makes a lot of rated M jokes. 1, 2, 3, in a pro. Don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
if you have a death wish, then rip up her heart. This was the #1 in her heart. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
Maya likes to root for the team of Japan. She makes delicious baked goods in a pan. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
needs more players for her Game of Thrones game. This funk and aggressiveness, she'll rise to fame. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
Rachel likes to pogo from place to place. She has a very, very photogenic face. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
our group would be incomplete without her. She'll kill it at Brandeis, that's for sure. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
next we'll tell you about a girl named Emily. She saved all the squad in debates. Thankfully we don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
Emily loves grammar more than she loves her twin. The heart of that boy she will win. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
Then we have our brother, him on shoes since day one. He's a part of the OG crew. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
Himanshu is all about peace and love, singing, dancing, all the above. You don't see what anyone can see in anyone else.
And last but not least, we have under the leash. She just took her MCAT. She's finally free. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
Chipotle, working out, and coffee. She'll be a great doctor, just wait and see. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
now you know all about our friends. Our love and laughter goes to no end. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But
pretty soon we will all be torn apart. But never fear, we're together at heart. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else.
My name is Deepika and this is Disha. We wrote this song for our girl Olivia. We don't see what anyone can see in anyone else. But anyone else but you.
This weekend. So I just kind of went on my computer and found some old poems. And one of them is about a creepy clown, just for Deepika. And the other one is a poem that could double as a children's book, but like not in picture form, so it's just a poem. Okay, so the first one is the one that could be a children's book. It's about a frog. You're going to learn some life lessons, perfect for all kids out there. Perfect. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there lived a colony of toads who lived out each day, doing the same things they had done the day before, only wanting order, routine, and nothing more. But one lazy morning, something had changed, and a change in their land was really quite strange. So they were all very shocked when they saw entering their bog a strange new creature that dubbed himself Frog. This beast was not normal, for they'd never seen him before. It was out of the usual, and soon led to uproar. What an odd fellow to enter our mix, with slimy green skin that no remedy can fix. How dare he come here, seeking friends in cohorts? The slimy green one doesn't even have warts. And so the poor frog, who only wanted some quiet, soon found that the toads had created a riot. He had broken not a thing, and dealt no one any harm, yet his mere presence caused the toads great alarm. He had tried to explain that he meant no trouble by telling the toads he was practically their double. Just look at me as you sit there and yell, why, we're practically the same as far as I can tell. 2 eyes, a mouth, and all the same parts, and if you look even deeper, we both have beating hearts. So you see, my friends, there's really no issue. Your view's the only thing dividing me and you. But I can forgive if you can accept that even though I'm green, I still deserve some respect. And with that, the toads had stopped their protest and had gotten together to discuss what to do next. Would they accept this frog as one of their own, or would they banish him from their prestigious home? This is the question that's been sitting in my head as I think day by day or lay dreaming in bed. Will the innocent frog get to stay where he wants, or will the toads decide to banish him with taunts? It seems to me that no decision has yet been reached, but I do hope that the frog can someday live in peace. And so I urge you, reading this tale, to accept all slimy friends without fail. For differences you'll find are what make life worth living, and soon you'll discover we all have something new and different, definitely worth giving.
Yay!
Now something less cute. We're going to the circus, a happy occasion indeed. Perhaps we'll see a dancing dog or horseman's noble steed. Look at all the sights, all the colors bright and free. See the smiling clown as he stares right down at me. Look at him go as he dances and he sways. See his eyes glint in the sun in an empty half-mad craze. He's coming closer now, approaching much too fast. He seems to have spotted us. I do hope his smile will last.
I wrote a poem, and I think the poem will be self-explanatory about the writing process about writing it. Okay. Procrastination. A disease for sure. The math assignment is a fuss, the chemistry reading a bore. It strikes the best of us, a true nightmare in any home, but hopefully won't make you think any less of a certain hastily written poem. The deadline approaches, reality sinks in. You imagine the teacher's reproaches on the paper you have yet to begin. The ideas that once flowed have faded to black. Now your grade does not well bode, as you made up grammar of rhymes for rhymes you lack. Procrastination, a truly terrible sight, but it's too often the case that you'll be up again the next night, because all you need is just one more episode of Grey's. Procrastination, nevermore we say, the guilt makes us resolute, but sure enough, the very next day, it's 6:30 and a line without, and you're writing a line with the word absolute, because open mic night is in an hour, and nothing else would make sense. Well, my friends, you do indeed have the power to change, and hence, procrastination, it's really an awful conundrum. Your sleep cycle will take a hit, but maybe you'll get a halfway decent poem out of it.
Are we filming?
Oh, good.
Can we not film it?
No one's gonna watch it but me.
This is the disaster. Okay. No, they're gonna forget. Okay.
I'm glad Sarah's not here to see me mess up silently. She's gonna see this afterwards. Is it not gonna judge you at all? Na 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 na. I guess I just lost my husband, I don't know where he went. I'm gonna drink my money, I'm not gonna pay his rent. I got a brand new attitude that I'm gonna wear tonight. I'm gonna get in trouble, I'm gonna start a fight. Na 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 na, I'm gonna start a fight. Na 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 na, I wanna start a fight. So what? I'm still a rock star. I got my rock moves, and I don't need you. And guess what? I'm having more fun. And now that we're done, I'm gonna show you tonight. I'm alright. I'm just fine. And you're a tool, so what? I am a rock star. I got my rock moves, and I don't want you tonight. Give it to Jessica Sims. Gonna sing with Tomboy, at least I know how to hit. Stuck on the radio, somebody's gonna die. I'm gonna get in trouble, my ex will start a fight. Na 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 na, he's gonna start a fight. Na 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 na, we're all gonna get in a fight. So what? I am a rock star. I got my rock moves, and I don't need you. And guess what? We're having more fun. And now that we're done, I'm gonna show you tonight. I'm alright. I'm just fine. And you're a tool, so what? I am a rock star. I got my rock moves, and I don't want you tonight.
Beautiful. That high school music.
Okay,
Should we explain what's happening?
Oh, our outfits because they don't get it?
Yeah.
Okay. Or should we just sing and hope they get it?
No, but what if they don't know the song?
We'll tell them after? Or now?
Wait, I think I know what's gonna happen.
What?
Agreed.
Wait, I don't want to. Okay.
No, just say it out loud.
No.
Just go.
I feel like getting on
video.
We should tell them. We should tell
Okay,
them.
let's tell them. Introduce
Okay.
yourself.
My name is Phineas Flynn.
I'm Fern. And
Fletcher.
His name is Fletcher.
Okay.
We tried.
No, just
Oh yeah,
go
we
for it.
made it a start again.
Okay.
We laugh a lot. Oh, this song.
Okay. So, 1, 2, 3. We
Don't
don't
need to tell you what you already know. You're the ones that
I'll
style.
give the whole darn show.
The other guys have friends just fine, but
Next to you, their efforts don't shine. Well, I think. I'm sorry. Well, they say true beauty, it comes from within. And everyone can see it in your grins.
So that's why we love being
part of this team. Just look at
we all can see. It's all about you, it's all about we. You're fabulous, we're fabulous. You're fabulous, we're fabulous. Now no two people are like each other. So it's so good we found. What the hell?
Sticking out together we will be. We'll have to by the time that we're all free.
No. Nice thought. Back to the matter. So what do you say? Do you want to make plans?
Well, maybe, but it depends on the weather.
Dude, we're getting the band back together. You're the one
who set the bar.
You are. You're fabulous.
We're fabulous.
You're fabulous.
We're fabulous.
You're the ones we all can see. It's all about you.
It's all about we.
You're fabulous.
We're fabulous.
You're fabulous.
We're fabulous.
That was fabulous. We did get through it without laughing.
I feel like I should do my choreography.
Olivia, I liked when Disha went in for the heart.
So, this is titled Volcano. My sister is a sun shower, but I'm a volcano. Just like volcanoes, I was built up slowly. Each rage-inducing encounter built up anger like lava, until my entire core became fire. Now, like the natural disaster I am, I explode, releasing my rage indiscriminately, knocking everyone around me down like pieces on a chessboard. But the worst explosions are the ones which are man-made. Those are the ones I try to prevent. They begin with taunts and jeers and always lead to disaster, because even I can't control them. Making me feel not like a volcano, but Mentos and Coke, an experiment for children to play with. I would rather control myself than be my own volcano. As a volcano, I am power, and those mere mortals cannot touch me. When I explode because I choose to, it's because I want change and I can make it. I can create islands or destroy them on a whim. I can alter lives simply by using my fire, while others are too small and like to change anything. So maybe it's not so bad to be a volcano. After all, what can a sun shower do?
Can we get a onesie before college? That should be on my packing list.
Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy, and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. And in the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you. Though I know that evening's empire has returned into sand, vanished from my hand, left me blindly here to stand, but still not sleeping. My weariness amazes me, I'm branded on my feet. I have no one to meet, and the ancient empty streets too dead for dreaming. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy, and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you. So take me on a trip upon your magic swirling ship. My senses have been stripped, my hands can't feel to grip, my toes too numb to step. Wait only for my boot heels to go wandering. Yeah, I'm ready to go anywhere, I'm ready for to fade into my own parade, set to dance and spell my way. I promise to go under it. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy, and there is no place I'm going to. dance beneath the diamond sky with one hand waving free, silhouetted by the sea, circled by the circus sand, with all memory and fate, driven deep beneath the waves. Let me forget about today until tomorrow. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleeping, and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. And in the jingle, jangle morning, I'll come following you. Should I do the next? Wait, hold up.
Capo. Woo! Correct!
Okay. Fall is here, hear the yell, back to school, ring the bell, brand new shoes, walking blues, climb the fence, books and pens. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Yes, I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Walk with me, Susie Lee, through the park and by the tree. We will rest upon the ground and look at all the bugs we found. Safely walk to school without a sound. Safely walk to school without a sound. Well, here we are, no one else. We walk to school all by ourselves, dusting on our uniforms from chasing all the ants and worms. We clean up and now it's time to learn. Yes, we clean up and now it's time to learn. And we don't notice any time passed. We don't notice anything. We sit side by side in every class. Teetha thinks that I sound funny, but she likes the way you sing. Tonight I'll dream while I'm in bed, when silly thoughts go through my head about the bug and alphabet. And when I wake tomorrow I'll bet that you and I will walk together again. 'Cause I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Yes, I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
Are you kidding me? And and also, part of it is actually from Cal, because we were having a conversation and what he said really stuck with me. So it's in the end. You'll know what it's there. So this morning I had to wake up at 6 o'clock in order to prep for my tutoring session. 6 o'clock on a Sunday morning? Are you kidding me? And of course I managed to poke myself in the eye while putting in my contacts. Not even just one eye, but both eyes. And then, when I went up to go eat breakfast, we were all out of Honey Bunches of Oats, so I had to eat my oatmeal with soy milk. Out of Honey Bunches of Oats? Are you kidding me? That's blasphemy. Anyway, when I got to tutoring, I spent the next 2 hours teaching my student, only to find out that she thinks that the American dream is thriving and that social mobility is highly feasible. Highly feasible in this economy? Are you kidding me? All that aside, I got my check from her mom, drove all the way to the bank, mind you, taking a detour on the way, only to discover that the bank was closed on Sundays. Closed on Sundays? Why is this the first time I'm hearing this? Are you kidding me? And oh God, by far the worst part was that on the way home I encountered not one, not two, but 3 bikers so I had to drive pretty much on the left side of the road to avoid them. Oh God, I hate bikers. I hate them so, so, so much. Almost as much as I hate getting sick. Almost as much as Wi-Fi that isn't quick. Or like, you know, when orange juice or soap sting you, when you get them in like an opening, like a cut or a nick. Well, I guess now that I think about it, there's so many things that annoy me. Too many things almost. Like, let's see, sprinkles on in the rain when teachers fail to entertain, and when you stub your toe, oh God, so much pain. Chips that are mostly air when paint gets in your hair, and when your binders and notebooks tear. Are you kidding me? Figuring out answers after the test, knowing that you didn't do your best, or when you swim in the ocean with seaweed and gunk, and then your hair ends up looking like a bird's nest. When I put in my contacts and they start to irritate me, when I'm doing my things and haters start to hate me, when people who like white over wheat bread don't even debate me, for real. Are you kidding me? When I straighten my hair and it gets wet, the fact that my parents won't let me have a pet, and oh my lord, the worst of them all are massive, encumbering, painful student debt. And don't even get me started on the real problems in the world. Political figures, their massive egos. Mexicans aren't rapists, they're our amigos. Poverty and rape, illegal presidential tapes, our country's impending fate. Are you kidding me? Reality TV taking over the population, that 4-inch cockroach I saw at the train station, and when some people say that Adam Sandler is an inspiration, no. He's a filthy crustacean. There's corruption in the government, corruption in the air, mark my words, corruption everywhere. There's bad things left and right, so be aware, be aware! And some people say that this world is beautiful. Are you kidding me? But I mean, I guess, you know, like waking up at 6 might be good for me. You know, fixing my sleep schedule, whatever. And when you think about it, accidentally poking my eyes isn't so bad. You know, that pain is temporary. I mean, at least I can see. And I hate to admit it, but it is kind of true. Oatmeal is healthier than my usual cereal. But the bikers, you can't get me there, bish. They all suck. Bikers always suck, so boo. Although, like, biking is good for the body and the earth. You know, go green, climate change, whatever. I actually haven't gone biking in a long-ass time. Come to think of it, I haven't done a lot of things in a long-ass time. You know, even stranger, there are a lot of things I've never done. Ever. I've never been to church, I've never gone skydiving, never ate shrimp or sang to Bon Jovi while driving. Sorry, what's it? Oh, I've never been to Paris, never been to China, never met Brad Pitt, but boy, there's no one finer. So many places I haven't been, I don't even know where to begin. So many books I haven't read, like A Tale of Two Cities or Huckleberry Finn. There are mountains to climb, oceans to discover, deserts to trek in, mysteries to uncover, playgrounds to play, art to display, and my God, on this earth, I freaking love to stay. To dance, to sing, to eat, to love, yes please, give me all the above. I love the green of the grass, I love the blue of the sky, I love laughing in class, and for my mom's samosas, I would die. I love the rain on my face, I love the sun on my skin, I love looking at outer space, living on this planet, what a gift it has been. And most of all, I love you. I love you, and I love you, and I love you, and you, and you, and you. And forget it, I love friends and families and strangers alike. Do you know what I feel like? I feel like I want to go up to a stranger and say, I don't know you, and you don't know me, but I love you. Let's be young and free. Free to laugh, free to cry, free to live, free to die. Because one day we will all be done, so why not enjoy your moment in the sun? So don't be discouraged, there's so much to do. Walks to walk, talks to talk, people to meet, friends to greet, so many experiences to experience. And some people say this world isn't beautiful. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah.
You write that in one day.
This is a struggle. So what's next?
How many more are there? I wrote 2 poems. They're, or actually one's a poem. And this is based off the style of Carlos Williams, my bae. Thanks, Elizabeth. Bunnies used to nibble upon the cherry reds in my backyard, even when my dad raised a slate wire fence. My mother always hated them, but my sister and I always rooted for the rabbits. And then I was also considering going through old English,
English words, but I opted for, as I was going to tell a story about Pluto, because Pluto is clearly underwritten about. There are poems about the moon, about all the other planets, and even if we don't consider Pluto a planet anymore, come on, there needs to be something written about it. So I called it Ode to Planet X because I didn't realize Pluto, like the name is, it used to be called Planet X, and also it like symbolizes the underworld, which I didn't realize, all the creepy. Even though now it's just a dwarf planet, it's still very important. Okay, so I Ode to Planet X. I'll always remember the day I first met the god of the underworld. He tried to slip past our telescope lens to no avail. Gently twisting on the optical eyepiece, my father kept Pluto in frame. When he finally lifted me to the eyepiece, strong arms clutching me beneath my shoulders, my weight pressed against my tiptoes, I caught the first glimpse of the planet. "You're my Pluto," he said. That same year, scientists saw a new side to the object in the Kuiper Belt when the Hubble Space Telescope launched out of this world. I was just 5, but Pluto had been discovered over 70 years before, and it was about time it got a new photo taken. A computer generated an image of a planet rotating on its axis. 2 years later, my dad held my hand on the train to the Museum of Science Planetarium. A day after we got home, we drove to a hardware store and got supplies to build our own solar system model. We sanded and painted each piece, and I presented it to my second grade classmates, who giggled during my entire speech. But by then, the IAU had decided Pluto wasn't a real planet anymore, so I figured their inattention was justified. At 15, planetary fate was no longer my biggest concern. When I heard in the news that I could see Pluto from a telescope in my backyard again, I Googled where I could find it in the sky. I laid out 2 blankets on the grass to cover the patches of dandelion weeds and memorized Pluto's history to impress a girl with my knowledge of the sky. I'd spent hours finding the instruments, dusting off my cobwebs and tuning it to the right degree, but we spent more time making it under the blanket of darkness than discussing the science of the dwarf planet. Now I'm 18 and I finally have a clear picture of Pluto at the non-planet because of the New Horizons mission showed up on my newsfeed. But as I zoom in on Pluto and its largest moon, from a screen, not a lens, by another scientist's calculations and not my own, I finally realized that while this time I'm guaranteed a good look at the planet, there'll be no one behind me to guide my way. Because I left my dad with Pluto and he's there to stay.
So, as many people already know, I am a big sissy when it comes to horror. Okay. I can't deal with it, so I barely read these when I forget them. But I'm gonna start off with they're called I don't know what they're called. They're few sentence horror stories. So it's a horror story in 3 sentences. If I can read it. Let's see.
Oh, true. I forgot.
Okay. This is gonna be difficult. Okay, I'm just gonna write it down here. Okay. I'm just gonna make it.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Well, you can hold the thing up in front of your face and then go like that.
Can you see then?
Kind of. Okay.
Is your arm gonna get tired? How are you gonna flip the page?
I'm just gonna make it face down. Okay, whatever. Or does this look creepy?
Yeah, that looks creepy.
Oh,
I mean, if you're smiling.
Let me see if I can dim it a bit.
Can we like?
Yeah, just put that down.
Oh, okay. Let me do that then.
This one there.
Okay. A girl heard her mom yell her name from downstairs, so she got up and started to head down. As she got to the stairs, her mom pulled her. No. Her mom pulled her into her mom pulled her into her room and said, "I heard that too." Okay. Growing up with cats and dogs, I got used to the sounds of scratching at my door while I slept. Now that I live alone, it is much more unsettling. She asked me why I was breathing so heavily. I wasn't.
What is
"I can't sleep," she whispered, crawling into bed with me. I woke up, cold, clutching the dress she was buried in.
This is my humor.
Oh, this one's good, okay. My daughter won't stop crying and screaming in the middle of the night. I visit her grave and ask her to stop, but it doesn't help.
Ooh, ho, 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 ho.
Okay. There was a picture in my phone of me sleeping. I live alone. Okay, now I'm going to read a story. It's called Roy. I come down to the kitchen for breakfast on a Saturday morning. My mom and my sister are already up, and they look exhausted. My mom asks, "Did you sleep all right?" "Yes," said I. "Even after you woke up?" I woke up. Sometime in the middle of the night, I had started screaming. My mom rushed into my room and found me sitting up in my bed screaming, "Roy, Roy, Roy, Roy!" She did her best to calm me down while shooing away my pissed off sister, who had stormed to find out what the F happened and what was going on with me. She asked me who Roy was, but I would only say that he was a bad man. I didn't say anything but Roy is a bad man. I'm shocked as they're telling me all of this. And they're surprised that I don't remember, but then again, I'm the sound sleeper of the house, who can doze through lightning storms. We write it off as some weird nightmare that I don't remember. Years later, I'm off at my first year of college. My mom sends me a videotape in the mail. She didn't mention it before I had left, as in, "Hey, keep your eye on the mailbox or anything." I press play, and it's my mom taking a video camera through our house. She was moving and sent the tape as one last walk through the now empty house before she left. It was sweet, a little tear-jerking, and she said, "So here's something you might find interesting," when she approached a closet in her bedroom. This closet, aside from being the hiding place for all her Christmas gifts, was also packed full of luggage and other odds and ends. You could only go 3 feet in before you would have to start climbing onto things to go further. She goes in with the camera, and I see that there are purple crayon drawings on the wall. Down at the height where a small child would draw. There are random scribbles, some stick figures, something that would have been done by a dog. I was already puzzled, being I had no memory of ever playing in this closet, and I don't know how I would have drawn on the walls when they were in my mind, all was covered. Then the camera comes to a word on the wall. Roy. And my mom must have not remembered that night. She said on the tape, "Roy. I wonder who Roy is." Okay, I have one. Wasn't that scary? Whatever. I have one more. It's kind of long though. Okay. When I was 17 years old, I was an avid romance reader. I'd sneak all of my mother's Harlequin novels and lock myself in my bedroom and just absorb all of its cheesy, dramatic goodness. So when I started dreaming of this dashing young fellow in breezy ruffled white shirt, I think Fabio or whatever any man on a historical romance novel would be wearing, and riding boots, I was ecstatic. His name was James, and he had this old-time English accent that I couldn't quite place. The dream started out naturally. Once a month he'd pop in, sometimes twice. Then it became more frequent, 1 to 2 times a week. It would always start the same. I'd be dreaming of myself and sleeping in my bed, and I'd wake up to find him standing in my room. His eyes glowed this vibrant green, and he kept pushing his ruffled hair back. The way he looked at me is what I became obsessed with. There was this yearning, this deep devotion to me. I would wake up thinking, that's what it feels like to be in love. He would always approach me slowly, hesitant to make sure I wasn't scared. Then he would tell me I was beautiful and ask me to dance. Music would appear out of nowhere, and I would look down and find myself in this beautiful, laced nightgown and flowers in my hair. And we would waltz in the moonlight. I would become so eager to go to bed, sometimes forcing myself to sleep by 7 just so I could see him. Meanwhile, things in my waking life were becoming strangely dark. My music player would turn on in the middle of the night, full blast, waking up the entire house. I'd be doing homework at my desk and would continuously see something from the corner of my eye. One time with the house to ourselves, my best friends and I were all piled into my bed, eating cookie dough and watching reruns of Cops, when we heard a male voice talking from the bathroom just down the hall from my bedroom. At first, we didn't think of anything of it. Perhaps my dad came home earlier than expected, or my brother. We were a family of 5 with an open-door policy for friends. It was rare that we were alone. The voice kept going on and on until finally my best friend asked me who was there. I muted the TV and we listened, and I realized the voice had an accent. I got this terrible shiver down my back, and I yelled out, "James?" And suddenly the voice stopped. I finally told my best friends about my dreams, and their faces went white. 2 nights later, I dreamt the same dream. I was dancing with James, but the energy was different. His grip on me was firmer as we danced. The whole time he was growling in my ear, "You are mine, and no one can have you." A week later, I begged my mother to let me move out of that bedroom and come upstairs. It was a basement. My younger sister switched with me, and she stayed there for years. My dreams, gone. A little over a year ago now, my sister and I were helping my mother clean out the room so she could transform it into her own office. My sister and I were going through things, and she randomly started laughing and said, "James won't like this." I've never felt more cold or sick or terrified in my life. "What did you just say?" She looked embarrassed and waved her hand to pass it off before carrying back to the boxes. "James, English man who dances?" I asked. She nodded. "He's not a very nice man."
Many scary stories, but if anyone hasn't heard one of them,
I want
you guys are here.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, turn the light back
Has
up.
anyone here not heard the 3 glasses of water?
As it has been, and I miss your face like hell. But I guess it's just as well, 'cause I miss your face like hell. Been talking about the way things change and my family lives in a different state. So if you don't know what to make, then we will not relate. Said if you don't know what to make of it, then we will not relate. gone, all our friends will move away. But they're going to better places, and our friends will be gone away. Rivers and roads, all rivers and roads, all rivers till I meet you. Rivers and roads, all rivers and roads, all rivers till I meet you. Rivers and roads, all rivers and roads, all rivers till I meet you.